What's up, guys? Today is Thursday. That means it's Mac Daddy Tools Thursday. There it is. Let's take a look and see what all Michael's got today. You guys, come on. How are you today?
Good, good.
Good. Got her full. There ain't no telling how many individual items is on this truck. A bunch of them.
I'd hate to have to sit down and count all of it.
You got a lot of stuff on here. Well,
It's about time for rearrange everything again.
why was that?
Change it up, move it around.
There you go. I guess so. I'd hate to move everything in this truck.
It takes a long weekend.
Well, what new and exciting stuff you got? Anything new and cool?
I got some of my flyer stuff in that showed up. Nothing just new that we hadn't had on here yet, I don't guess. I sold one of the bit drivers the other day that you did the video on.
Yeah.
Guy saw the video on it and wanted one of them. And he called me a couple hours after he got it. He said, "This thing's crazy." He said, "I love this thing."
I like it because of the weight of it, you know, because that thing is super, super light.
It is.
Boy, everybody's complaining because Mac hadn't got the L keys, and I don't remember if it was a T-handle set, something that's not on their website that they're trying to order. Like, there's been a lot of complaints. People fussing because they won't update the website with them.
See, I mean, because we've already got them on the trucks, but
I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the L key set that they don't even have listed on the website.
really,
I don't know why.
I'm sure they can probably just call Mike.
That's what I told them. I said I'd just call Mac and give them the part number from that catalog video, because you know that 2020 catalog video's got every RBRT piece that they make. So.
And I went in the other night and reprinted a current RBRT listing just therefore I'd have it on the truck to refer to.
It's a lot of stuff.
It is.
I think he said it was 47 different SKU numbers now. So they've got a bunch of it.
I mean, and they keep growing their line.
Yep.
Their extractor sockets that they come out with, I got some of those in. They're looking really neat.
Yeah, I like the way you can put that threaded piece in and push it out, because that's always the pain using an extractor socket, is getting it back out of the socket once you get it loose. So.
And they did a good job on those. As long as you don't lose your little push rod piece.
Yeah. Well, it does have a part number on it in that catalog,
right.
So if you lose it, you can always get another one. So.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
And right now, one of the really good deals that they have in the flyer is the...
Oh yeah, that is a good deal with those.
The 3/8 locking flex head with the
free
precision torque sockets, the 6-point precision torque sockets. So
yeah, that was like what, $199 or something, wasn't it?
$239.
$239, yeah.
Yep, save $100.
So how much is, just like to put that in perspective, if a guy walked on here and wanted to buy this Ratchet, what would that cost?
I looked that Ratchet up yesterday afternoon for a fella. I believe that Ratchet itself was like $169.
So that's definitely a good savings on that.
And that's a good all-around Ratchet too. So.
So there is the sale You know, see, $239 for all of that. Yeah. I wish Mac would come out with a lock and flex head that you could put in the unlock position.
Where it just, it'd be a floppy headed ratchet.
Yep.
Or you can lock it for a locking ratchet.
Yep.
Lock
I
and
wish
flex
they
it
would.
out.
I wish they'd come out with something like that, because it's nice to be able to unlock it at times. You know, which me personally, I only like using it in the lock position. I don't like it loose.
Either
you know?
or.
But sometimes you have to have it that way to get it in there and twist it around something, you know, or whatever. But I wish they would. There's got to be a way that they could do that, you know.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean,
Put a button lock on it or something, you know, where it would work in both situations.
get enough people requesting it.
Yeah, that's true. But they got a good, like, they have the best as far as the lock being out of the way. They've got the best design. Like, you're not going to hit that. You're not going to bump it. You know, because that's one of the things, like on the Matco ones, if you're in a blind spot where you can't tell it, the levers are the same from forward and reverse and lock and unlock. So you have to make sure that you're grabbing the right lever if you need to unlock it and you can't see it. And of course, Snap-on's got the big hump on the back, and every time you go to put it in somewhere, you're going to hit that button and lock it, you know, so.
They did good with that design on that. I'll give them credit for that one.
Yep.
People really like the lock and flex heads on those.
They're strong. I know that. I like the way they're made. So I want to see these pliers or cutters that you've got on this super blowout deal, cause I've heard about it. That font sure looks like Knipex on it.
Looks real familiar to me, but real similar.
And is that for battery cables? Is that what that's for? Or will that cut steel also?
No, I mean, it'll cut steel too. You know, the cutting gap is, you know, it's smaller, but, you know, I've had a lot of people buying them for fencing pliers or roll-up door cables and, you know, anything like that. And it's also got here where you could, like, take a wire and put it in there and pinch down.
Right.
Therefore, you can pull on it.
Pull on it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Man, that would be super handy, especially for like electric fencing. Yeah, those sure look like Knipex to me. That's probably who them's made by, just by looking at that font. And so how much is that pair?
$19.99.
$20.
While they last.
Well,
But I've got several.
well, I'm going to get them, because you can't never have too many pair of cutters or dikes or flush cuts, or there's always a need for that stuff.
I had a guy on here the other day. He said, you know, he said, if you own any horses or you own any cows and have to deal with any fencing, he said, if you don't buy a pair of them, you're crazy.
Man, that right there, I could think of 100 things to cut with that, probably, just using them around home, you know, so.
Because, I mean, the way it works, it's almost, you know, it's like almost like a chain shear, you know.
Yeah. Well, anybody that's got cows, that's ever had calves, and you know calves are going to test the limits of every fence you have. And then when you go back to bush hog, you find those limits that they broke, because you are going to get barbed wire around your bush hog blades. And those would be excellent for cutting that off, because man, dikes, they work good, but after you cut for a little while, your hands feel it. And like those, I know you've got some of the Knipex bolt cutters, they work great, but they're so wide-headed and thick, as after it turns around that stump jumper, because it's going to get above the stump jumper, and then it's going to be between the bush hog blade and the stump jumper. So you need something thin that you can snip it out with, and those will work. So
they're definitely on a good deal.
yeah. Well, what other flyer stuff have you got in?
I got the locking pliers there that everybody's been asking about.
Yep.
Got those in again. If you do body work or welding, I mean, good a deal as those on. Crazy not to pick them up.
Yep. I know the grinders was in this one too, and that was a really good deal for guys.
I'm waiting on a few more of them to come back in.
A set of grinders.
$120 for the 2-piece.
That's a good deal on those, and they're good grinders.
Yep.
Those are those cutters I was talking about right there.
Those are some cutting dudes too.
They are. They work great, but it's it's wide right here when you're trying to get it in there after that barbed wire got wrapped around there and pulled tight. And I think electric fence wire is worse than barbed wire when you get into it with a bush hog. It's
just
bad.
wraps up so much easier.
And hay string, like best thing to do with hay string is bust out the torch.
Just burn it off
out and be done with it. You got some of these in, I see.
Yeah, two different ones I have right there.
Those work good.
Are those the ones with the grooves in them or not?
I don't know. I've just seen the.
Yeah, these are the flat groove ones, and then there's also the little round pieces there.
Yeah, this is the ones that I like. It's got like the little cutouts in the cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's the part number on those. Those work really good on those spring type clips.
And then
what are these? Just they're just flat.
Yeah, they. You got one round cup on this side.
Oh yeah.
And a grooved on this side.
Those
So if you got one that's a wide one on this end, but you got just got the prong on the bottom, you can grab it either or, and they lock down too.
Yeah, those are nice.
And then these here,
yeah,
these have a cross in them. Yep. So it's just kind of.
So here's the part number on the set that he pulled out of the package. Those.
Them.
And then that's the ones that's got the kind of the plus sign cut in them.
And then
that's something that's worth its weight in gold too. If you have to mess with those little spring type.
I had the other pair
clips,
but I don't know what I did with them. I had the red handle pair too that we had showed before that goes along with that same line of stuff there.
Oh, like the ones I bought that look like wire pliers? The one, I think I got them off that back wall that day.
And,
yeah, they work good too. They look like regular pliers with a groove cut in them.
And I know you like your Knipex stuff. That's another neat pair of Knipex there.
Oh yeah, the pliers wrench. What's cool about that is the way, like you can squeeze, get it to fit the bolt, and then when you squeeze down on it, this works as a lever to tighten even tighter on what you got it, the fitment on, so it kind of pinches the nut or the bolt. Let me see if I can get it to show it a little bit better on camera. Alright, there we go, you can see it. So like you'd put it on your nut like that, and then when you squeeze down here, it tightens it even tighter. Those are really good. I've got a little bitty pair of those.
Yeah, they make one that's like that.
Yeah, I got a small pair like that. Magnetic extensions. That's a good deal. It's got the, of course this goes up inside, your socket will slide on there, and that'll be able to hold whatever you're working on.
Half, 3/8, and quarter, all in one set.
Yep. And there's the part number and the sizes of those. That's a good idea right there.
We may have looked at these before, but I don't know if we have or not. These are more of the hose clamp band clamps.
Yeah.
You got for different sizes. It's a screw deal there.
Mm-hmm.
You can hook it, the band in here or on the sides. Or where you got a hose that's stuck or stubborn to get off, you ain't got to fight that clamp the whole time. You can screw that clamp down on it, and it's got an end where you can just put a ratchet on it to run it down.
Wow, yeah.
And then you can leave it on that clamp till
you're
you
done
get it
with the
off,
job, and then, yeah.
And then let it back down.
That's pretty neat. Got two different sizes.
Two different sizes.
That's pretty cool.
Guys that my body shops have bought these more than anything.
That's a pretty neat tool. Haven't seen that before.
That's a neat little hose clamp deal there.
Mac does really good with their, you know, their sales. Like they definitely probably got the best sales out of any tool trucks, you know, as far as what they put on sale. Because a lot of it, you know, a lot of the stuff that's stuff that you need, you know, and a lot of tool trucks, that it seems like you can save more money by Mac stuff being on sale. You know, y'all's BOGOs are really, really good. So if a guy just pay attention to that flyer.
Don't just throw it on the toolbox and stack stuff on it when we give them to you.
And like I'll catch stuff, like I'll do the flyers, and I even do the videos on the flyers where I pretty much cover everything in it. And then like a week later, I'll be flipping through it and be like, hey, I read that last week, but I didn't even pay attention to it. So good stuff.
That's like somebody come on the other day. He was, hey, do you have one of these? It's like, yeah. Did you look at your flyer I gave you 2 weeks ago? It was in there. I looked at it, but I don't guess I saw it, you know.
You know, I guess you kind of overlook stuff until you need it, or you're working on something where you could use it, and then it hits home, you know. But y'all's hammers that you got on sale in there this time, they're a really good deal. It was, like a 4-pound sledge, and it was...
You get the 3-pound drilling hammer, the blacksmith hammer. It's a 2-pound, and a 4-pound mini sledge for $138.
Yeah,
I
so I was thinking 139, and probably that one hammer is probably $100, ain't it? If you just bought it, or probably close to 100.
I looked this one up for a guy the other day. I mean, you know, it was probably $80 or so.
Yeah, so it's not putting much into the other two. Well, I know, you know, they show it in the flyer, and it shows those 2 metal rods that come down here. And from my understanding, it's like a tuning fork that they use in there, and it kills the frequency of the vibration with those tuning forks. Somebody's pretty smart to think of all that.
People really like them.
Like, could you imagine being the guy that was over the engineer that said, hey, I want to put a tuning fork in the handle like they tune a piano with? Could you imagine probably the looks that he got? And then could you imagine the thoughts that was going through his head when it worked? And he walked back in there and said, hey, I told you this would work. So, that's pretty cool. Well, I guess I'm going to have to get back after it. We got an AC job and got to do some other tests to figure out what's wrong with another truck and enjoy this hot Mississippi heat we're having today.
Next week's gonna be nice though.
They can't get here quick enough. I wish it would snow 3 foot deep Monday.
I don't know about the snow part, but
I'm ready for some cold weather.
At least it would be a holiday Monday, so.
That's true. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna pick up those green cutters for $20. You can't really fuss about that. That's a great deal on those. Like always, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you like it, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Cool Tools discount codes down here, merchandise right over there, and click that subscribe button. It's free. It don't cost you a dime. Y'all have a great one, and we will catch y'all next time. See ya.